This is very much the end of a legacy. This is the end of kings being buried in the Valley of the Kings, but it's also the start of something new, of continued royal burial that really ends with Cleopatra.
Hidden beneath Egypt's desert sands lie age-old mysteries that have confounded historians and scholars for generations. Every day, archaeologists uncover enigmatic relics in Egypt, consistently leaving scientists in awe. Join us as we take you through 15 of the latest discoveries that were unearthed during the ongoing search of Cleopatra's tomb by scientists. These revelations have piqued the interest of even the most skeptical individuals. Number 15. The mystery behind the temple of Taposiris Magna. During the search of Queen Cleopatra's tomb, an underground tunnel has been unearthed by archaeologists in Egypt at Taposiris Magna, an ancient temple devoted to Osiris, the deity associated with death and the afterlife. Queen Cleopatra was said to have a strong connection to the goddess Isis, and some accounts say her mausoleum was close to a temple dedicated to Isis in Alexandria. Archaeologist Kathleen Martinez, affiliated with the University of Santo Domingo, discovered a tunnel measuring 6.5 feet in height and extending over 4,300 feet in length. This remarkable find was located approximately 43 feet beneath the temple, situated to the west of the ancient city of Alexandria. The tunnel is an accurate reproduction of the Eupalinos tunnel in Greece, which is regarded as one of the most significant engineering achievements of antiquity. In previous excavations at the same site, archaeologists discovered various artifacts, including coins featuring the names and images of Cleopatra VII and Alexander the Great, figurines, statues of the goddess Isis, a mummy with a gold tongue, and a cemetery filled with Greco-Roman-style mummies. These discoveries have led many to believe that this could potentially be the location of Cleopatra's long-lost tomb. Number 14. Valley of Kings. When one hears the Valley of Kings, it may conjure images of a clandestine royal dining and wine affair. However, that assumption would be quite off the mark. In reality, the ancient Egyptians constructed grand public monuments in honor of their pharaohs, but they also invested significant resources in crafting concealed underground mausoleums. The most renowned cluster of these intricate tombs, known as the Valley of the Kings, can be found on the west bank of the Nile River, in close proximity to Luxor. In the era of Egypt's New Kingdom, spanning from 1539 to 1075 BC, the Valley of the Kings served as the prestigious final resting place for notable figures, including pharaohs like Tutankhamun, Seti I, and Ramses II, along with queens, high priests, and elite individuals belonging to the 18th, 19th, and 20th dynasties. The subterranean tombs were meticulously stocked with an array of material possessions essential for a ruler's journey into the afterlife. Among the treasures, such as the dazzling golden masks famously discovered in King Tutankhamun's tomb, one could find more everyday items like furniture, clothing, and jewelry. Furthermore, these tombs were abundantly supplied with provisions, including food and beverages like wine and beer, intended for royal feasts in the next world. Sacred objects designed to aid the deceased in achieving eternal life, as well as cherished companions, were also interred within these tombs. Number 13. Golden Tongue Mummy. In a January 2021 announcement from the Egyptian Ministry of Tourism and Antiquities, it was revealed that during the excavation of the Temple of Taposiris Magna near Alexandria, archaeologists discovered 2 of the 16 mummies with gold-foiled tongues placed in their mouths. The statement from the ministry explained that this practice was carried out by priests who prepared the bodies to enable them to speak in the afterlife, specifically to communicate with Osiris, the ancient Egyptian god of the deceased. These discovered mummies possess a similar gold tongue, dating back to around 2,000 years ago. These gold tongues date to the Roman period that began in 30 BCE, and they have only been found in archaeological sites in Alexandria and El Banasa. Gold held significant value in ancient Egypt, much like its importance today. Archaeological records indicate the presence of golden tongues in Egyptian mummies from earlier discoveries. However, the precise criteria or reasons for selecting which mummies received these precious tongue prosthetics remains unknown to us. Number 12. The Book of the Dead. A cemetery dating back 3,500 years in Egypt has been unearthed by archaeologists, revealing numerous artifacts, including a well-preserved Book of the Dead written on papyrus. The Book of the Dead, known as a collection of spells used by the ancient Egyptians to aid in their journey to the afterlife, varied in content from one version to another. Depending on the financial resources available to the deceased or their family, these books could feature different spells and be customized with the individual's name. Spells within the Book of the Dead encompassed a wide range of topics, from preserving one's spirit and heart in the afterlife to providing safeguards against encounters with demons, gods, and animals. The papyrus is impressively lengthy, spanning a range of 13 to 15 meters and remarkably well preserved. However, it is important to point that archaeologists are yet to discover a fully intact Book of the Dead containing all its chapters. Number 11. Mysterious disappearance of Queen Nefertiti. Nefertiti vanished from historical records in 1336 BCE, leading to various theories about her fate. Among these theories, one suggests that she may not have perished, but instead adopted a different identity and continued to govern Egypt. Historical evidence of Nefertiti was deliberately erased, possibly motivated by religious factors. Opposition to her attempts to alter Egyptian religious practices led to a concerted effort to eradicate any traces of her rule from the records. There is a theory suggesting that Nefertiti's final resting place might be within King Tutankhamun's tomb. King Tutankhamun, often referred to as King Tut, was the son of Akhenaten from a different marriage, and his stepmother was Nefertiti. Hawass is currently heading archaeological excavations in Luxor's Valley of the Kings, where they have made a remarkable discovery. In one tomb located at the eastern end of the valley, they have unearthed two unique mummies designated as KV-21A and KV-21B. While it's not uncommon for multiple mummies to be found in tombs in this area, these particular ones hold special significance. Number 10. Mystery behind Egyptians' love for cats. Egyptian authorities have recently revealed a remarkable find of mummified big cats. In the historical context of ancient Egypt, cats held a sacred status, and people offered mummified cats as dedications to the cat goddess Bastet in her sanctuary, situated in the city of Bubastis. This discovery includes numerous cat mummies and small cat sculptures. Ancient Egyptians held a deep belief in the mystical qualities of cats, attributing them with the power to bestow good fortune upon their households. To pay homage to these revered feline companions, affluent families adorned them with precious jewels and pampered them with lavish treats akin to those enjoyed by royalty. In death, these cherished cats received the honor of mummification. In a demonstration of their grief, cat owners in ancient Egypt displayed their sorrow by shaving off their eyebrows, observing a period of mourning that lasted until their brows regrew. The rich artistic heritage of ancient Egypt is adorned with a multitude of sculptures and paintings, depicting various types of felines as a testament to their significance. Such was the reverence for cats in Egyptian society that those responsible for inadvertently causing harm to them, even unintentionally, faced severe consequences, including the penalty of death. This historical reverence for cats may indeed seem astonishing to contemporary sensibilities. Number 9. Lost Tomb of Osiris. Osiris is a well-known figure in Egyptian mythology. Pharaohs and other notable figures in ancient Egypt performed rituals related to Osiris, believing that he could grant them a chance for rebirth. According to Egyptian myths, Osiris met his end through drowning in the Nile, or, in some versions, being dismembered into 14 pieces by his brother Set, who was the Egyptian god associated with storms, disorder, violence, and foreigners. Set conspired with others to lock Osiris in a box and cast him into the Nile. After his death, Osiris's body was scattered across Egypt. Scientists have recently made a significant discovery by locating the tomb of the Egyptian god Osiris near the banks of the River Nile. This remarkable find followed extensive excavations in various prominent regions of Egypt. Subsequently, scientists and archaeologists ventured into the vast Theban necropolis, an expansive complex consisting of ancient tombs and temples that once stood near the ancient Egyptian city of Thebes, now known as modern Luxor. Within this collection of ancient tombs and temples, archaeologists unveiled an ancient tomb on the west bank of the Nile, meticulously designed to resemble the mythical resting place of Osiris. Number 8. The Djedefre Pyramid Pharaoh. Djedefre's pyramid was constructed during the 4th dynasty of the Old Kingdom of Egypt, specifically between 2613 and 2494 BC, under the rule of Pharaoh Djedefre, who reigned from 2566 to 2558 BC. This pyramid, often likened in size to the Pyramid of Menkaure, is commonly referred to as Djedefre's Starry Sky. The Golden Pyramid of Djedefre, although unfinished, stands as a mesmerizing testament to the ancient Egyptian architectural prowess. It's a remarkable early example of a true pyramid, and despite the passage of time, its enduring structure has defied complete destruction, thanks to its robust foundation and the ancient craft of construction. This pyramid offers a window into the mindset of ancient Egyptian builders from over 4,500 years ago. It serves as a remarkable archaeological achievement, unlocking the secrets of royal authority and the mystical convictions of this ancient civilization. Number 7. Alexander Lighthouse. The Lighthouse of Alexandria, also referred to as the Pharaohs of Alexandria, earned its place among the 7 wonders of the ancient world and maintained the distinction of being the world's tallest structure until the construction of the Eiffel Tower in 1889. Much of the knowledge regarding the construction of the Lighthouse of Alexandria remains speculative, as the tower's collapse in 1323 AD during a powerful earthquake left many details obscured. The lighthouse endured significant damage from 3 earthquakes that occurred between 956 and 1323 AD, ultimately leading to its abandonment and transformation into a ruin. It held the distinction of being the 3rd longest surviving ancient wonder, following the mausoleum at Halicarnassus and the still-standing Great Pyramid of Giza. Its remnants persisted in part until 1480, when the last of its stones were repurposed for the construction of the citadel of Qaitbay on the same location. Fast forward to 1994, a group of French archaeologists embarked on an underwater expedition in Alexandria's eastern harbor, uncovering fragments of the lighthouse on the seabed. Number 6. Ancient clocks known as sundial. Dating back to the 19th dynasty, around the 13th century BC, an ancient sundial was unearthed within a workman's hut, located in the Valley of the Kings. Crafted from a flat piece of limestone known as an ostrakhan, this sundial featured a black semicircle divided into 12 segments. Small dots positioned within each of these 12 sections, approximately 15 degrees apart, were probably used to provide more accurate time measurements. The central indentation on the ostrakhan is believed to have been created to accommodate a metal or wooden rod, which would have been used to cast a shadow and indicate the time of day. The piece was found with other limestone chips that had small writings, sketches, and a god's picture in black ink. The purpose of this sundial is uncertain, but it might have been used to track the sun god's journey through the underworld. Another idea is that it was used to show how long an hour is, similar to how texts in pharaohs' tombs describe the night in hourly segments. It could have also been used to keep track of work hours, but a half hour wouldn't have been very meaningful to the workers. Number 5. The land of Punt. For a long time, the ancient Egyptians had a trading partner called Punt, which supplied them with valuable items like jewels, spices, ivory, and exotic animals. However, the hieroglyphic texts have been ambiguous about the precise location of this mysterious land, making the search for Punt a long-standing enigma in Egyptology. Interestingly, the breakthrough in pinpointing its exact location doesn't come from a recently unearthed ancient map, but rather from an unexpected source, a baboon that was associated with Punt. Around 4,500 years ago, the ancient Egyptians embarked on their initial voyages to Punt, a land they would sporadically visit for the next 1,300 years. In Punt, Egyptians engaged in trade, exchanging valuable commodities and a wide array of exotic products that were scarce or unattainable in Egypt. This trade relationship between Egypt and Punt is even considered by some scholars as the foundation of peaceful international commerce, making it a significant historical development. Recent findings suggest its location in northwestern Eritrea, although it is still a subject of ongoing research and exploration by historians and archaeologists. Number 4. 2,400-year-old fruits. While these two 400-year-old fruits may not look palatable, they can certainly pique your curiosity about how they've managed to stay free from rot after being submerged for such a long period. Hidden in the submerged remains of Thonis Heracleion, an ancient city near Alexandria, Egypt, archaeologists uncovered wicker baskets containing fruit that had remained untouched for more than 2,000 years. Remarkably, these containers held grapes and dum palm fruits, which were once a delicacy for the ancient Egyptians. This finding is of profound importance as Heracleion was the primary Mediterranean port of Egypt until the establishment of Alexandria by Alexander the Great in 331 BC. Number 3. Long-lost statue of Ptolemy IV. During excavations at the Borg al-Arab site, west of Alexandria's Egyptian port, a statue without a head dating back to the Ptolemaic period was uncovered at the royal temple of Taposiris Magna as part of the quest for Cleopatra's tomb. Egyptian archaeologists have announced the unearthing of a headless granite statue, over 2 millennia old, associated with an unidentified king from the Ptolemaic era. Zahi Hawass, the council's secretary general, lauded the remarkable preservation and exquisite ancient Egyptian craftsmanship of the now headless statue, speculating that it might pertain to Ptolemy IV, who ruled from 221 to 205 BC. The statue stands at a height of 135 centimeters with shoulders measuring 55 centimeters. Number 2. A ram-headed sphinx. Another exciting archaeological discovery during the thorough search of Cleopatra's tomb. One could tell the search for Cleopatra's tomb was thorough given these remarkable finds that were uncovered. The exciting find is a substantial ram-headed sphinx. The sphinx's presence in the quarry remains enigmatic, with Maria Nielsen, an archaeologist from Lund University in Sweden, and the director of the Gabel el Silsila excavation, speculating that it could be a cancelled order. Evidence points to the Sphinx being carved toward the conclusion of Pharaoh Amenhotep III's reign, who happened to be King Tut's grandfather. It is plausible that upon the pharaoh's death, the sculptures he had commissioned were left unfinished. This impressive sculpture, measuring 16.4 feet in length, 11.5 feet in height, and 5 feet in width, was hidden beneath layers of debris at Gebel el Silsila, an ancient Nile quarry. Initially, only the Sphinx's head was visible before meticulous excavation efforts revealed the full extent of this remarkable find. Number 1. The submerged coastal city of Thonis Heracleion. Speaking of miraculous preservation, this temple, devoted to the deity Amun, held a crucial role in the anointing of pharaohs, who received their titles of authority from this supreme god. The discovery of Thonis Heracleion, an ancient Egyptian city submerged underwater, situated 7 kilometers from the present-day Egyptian coast, was a momentous revelation. Notably, the presence of Greek influence in the city, marked by a sanctuary dedicated to Aphrodite, and the finding of Greek weaponry suggesting the presence of Greek mercenaries, was a significant highlight. These exceptionally well-preserved discoveries not only offered insights into the religious and cultural importance of this sunken temple, but also provided a window into the intricate history of Thonis Heracleion. Here, Egyptian and Greek influences intermingled beneath the waves for centuries, patiently awaiting rediscovery by contemporary archaeology. Thank you for watching till the end. What do you think about these archaeological finds? Which do you find most intriguing? Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.